Hello everybody, and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, Rakdos Midrange. So, I thought this whole week I'm going to try and play some of the more popular decks. I kind of shy away from that in the beginning, and I feel like we should start the week off, or start the year off, with, more winning records and losing record, which is basically all the decks I've played so far. So, let's try out this deck. The Rakdos Midrange is extremely popular, and on most websites that tracks the MTG stats, this gets about 55-56% win rate, which is fantastic. And there are many renditions of it. This is the one that I wanted to try out because it has some unique flavors to that. So let's first talk about the tempo drops, right? So on tempo on turn 2, we have Tenacious Underdog, which is very good for a blocker that we don't really care about if it gets killed because it can blitz back for an additional card draw. We also have Bloodtide Harvester, the go-to 2-drop for Rakdos deck because it can remove something, it could create a blood token. It's got a lot of things going on. And then, of course, we have the Bankbuster. Only 2 offs because the meta is very aggressive. So we can't run 4 Bankbusters in a mid-range deck or we get overrun. Then, in a 3-drop, here's a Heartbreaker. This is what the uniqueness of this deck is. I have to break up with Graveyard Trespasser. I still think it's an extremely good card, and trying not to run it because most of the net decks don't have it. I wonder why. They seem to have a higher win rate by not including a Graveyard Trespasser, even though I've shown so many games where I only won because the Graveyard Trespasser was there. Now, instead of the Graveyard Trespasser, what they run is 4 Phyrexian Fleshgorgers. Now, I only have 3 of them, so I'm not going to go and craft a mythic card, not knowing how great it is. So, I have 3 Phyrexian Fleshgorgers and 1 Graveyard Trespasser. Of course, I also have 4 Fabled Mirrorbreaker because that is something extremely good and useful in any red deck. Then, you can see that it's put in Rakdos deck, it's put in Mardu decks, it's putting into Grixis decks. It's just great all around. And then the 4-drop, obviously Sheoldred. There's so many cards in today's meta that are, put into their deck because they want to remove Sheoldred. Well, that's why, the reason why I want to do it, because Sheoldred is so good. And then, of course, 4 Invoke Despair, because we want to invoke Despair on our opponent. We're playing a mostly black deck. I think it's warranted. And then those are the tempo drops, right? On-tempo cards. I'm going to put the Fleshgorger in the deck art because that is the uniqueness of the deck. Now, then we have the non-tempo drops that could be useful, but there are good and bad times to play them. First, we have the hand disruptions. We got 1 Duress. You don't want to run too much. If your opponent's aggressive, soldier deck, your Duress are going to be dead in your hand. And then we have 2 Liliana. Again, not too much because Liliana she doesn't protect herself, right? So she's only there to disrupt a control deck or make them sack like a ward creature, like sacrifice a Graveyard Trespasser. So that is why there's only 2 off in the deck. Then we have the hard removal in terms of 3 cut downs, 3 go for the throat. Those are all just strictly removal. And then we have 1 soul transfer, which can serve as a removal, but also as a return from graveyard because we do have enchantments in terms of Fable, and we have artifact in terms of Bankbuster, the blood token, we have the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, we also have the treasure token that we can get from Fable, so there's a lot of artifact that we can get, so that soul transfer may work. There's only 1 off, right? If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. And then 25 lands to not get mana screwed, but also try not to flood out. So we have 11 swamps, obviously, because we have Invoke, that's 4 Pitch of Black. And then 1 Takenuma, 2 Mountains, 1 Sulkazin, and then the red-black lands. We have 4 Haunted Ridge for the untapped lands, or for the slow land, I guess that's what they're called. And then 4 Sulphurous Spring for the ping land. The ping doesn't hurt that much because we have life gain in Graveyard Trespasser, Phyrexian Fleshgorger, Sheoldred, life gains all around. And then, of course, we have an additional 2 Xander Lounge to help us cycle. Even though we don't use blue, we might trick our opponent, right? But they help us cycle in case we're getting flooded, which is important. But we don't run 4-offs because then that kind of becomes a problem where you get too many tap lands and your opponent overruns you before your land's even untapped. And this is what I got from the net deck, right? The land base is what I got from the net deck. I did not come up with this land base, and my opinion is that this is on point because we don't want 4 Xander Lounge. But we will see throughout the games today whether or not that is true. So let us try it out and see what happens. Not soldiers anymore. Let's try the middle. Alright, the deck import button will pull what is currently copied to your clipboard. Thanks for that tip. Now we're playing against Sidey. Sid I. We get to go first. We're gonna go first. We have Fable. It's good enough of a keep. It's not great, but it's also not the worst. I would like to have Duress. But there's only 1-ups. And can't win them all. Top deck land is no fun, so we have no turn 2 plays. Now hopefully our opponent plays a Thalia, and so we can just cut it down. Makes it fun for us. If our opponent plays anything else, we might not be able to cut down with 2 mana drops. Doesn't play anything, I'll be very surprised. Valiant Veteran, definitely cutting that down. Alright, another swamp. So, I guess, alright, so once you draw 2 swamps in a row, with an opening hand like that, you know the Shuffler doesn't like this deck. That is definitely something you have to consider when you play Magic Arena. It's not just whether or not a deck is good or whether or not it's fun, it's whether or not Shuffler likes this deck. Because if the Shuffler doesn't like your deck, you're gonna have a bad time. But at the very least, we can pitch one of the swamps. And I like every other card. Maybe not the Soul Transfer because it's a bit slow. But even then, Soul Transfer is a removal. I'll pitch a swamp. Fantastic. Let's see if he removes our Goblin Shaman with something. He's not gonna block with the Mishra Foundry, is he? That would be insane. But again, like I said, right, if its opponent is a creature deck, your Duress is gonna lay dead in your hand. And you don't want to run 4-ups, because if you have opening hand with 2 Duress, you're gonna have a bad time. Opponent is a Rope Master. Come on, CD. He thinks he's still Wandering Emperor. Or she. I don't know. They're not. Wandering Emperors don't think that much. They just do it. Come on, are you the Emperor of Kamigawa or not? I believe our opponent has Rage Quit because they're not, winning every single action they make. Which, I don't know what to say about that, but shows what a sore loser some people are. Listen, I get salty a lot and I lose a lot, but I would never rope anyone because it's just rude. Let's look at it go. Yeah? Second rope time. At least their rope timer is on 0, so if they rope again, their face will explode. Very fun way to start the day, but this is something that Arena has to fix. I remember back in the days when I used to play Hearthstone that at the very least they fixed that. The rope burns a lot quicker if they keep roping. This doesn't happen in Magic Arena because there's so many phases, and in each of those phases there's so many ropes. And you can't report your opponent because there are no options to report your opponent for just insidiously roping you, wasting everyone's time. At least that's a cute pet. I wish I had this pet, but I'm not gonna go and purchase pets with actual gold that I can use to buy packs with. And get trash. And get opponents that rope. Are we done yet? Come on. Just explode. I'm so confused. Did he just end his turn? Or did the game end his turn automatically? Just to rope again. Ugh. Well, at least we win a game, right? Opponent? Are you still there? I forgot I can just spam these. Yeesh. Ugh. Ah! I'm out. That's what you should be doing. There you go. Good opponent. Leave the game and never come back. Not, you know, arena, but just leave this game. That was a fun first game that I got a lot of rewards for, where our opponent wasn't even there. Your opponent can be any kind of person from any kind of background, but how come all of my opponents are people who rope? Magic is for everyone. When cards are stacked together on the battlefield, I cannot read the rest. The secret? I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's not desecrated, unless that's misspelling of it. Opponent goes first. Our hand is full of removal. Why not? As long as our opponent does not start with an island, I think we stand a chance. Nice Liliana sleeves. Uh-oh. Should we cut down an underdog? I guess we'll cut down to 4. Do I duress him? Or do I fable? I can stop his fable if I duress him. But then I can't go for the throw. On turn 3, what could he play? No, I don't think I do, because it's a black deck, and I need to kill something that he plays next turn. It could be a Graveyard Trespasser. Oh, he doesn't play anything, so... That was far more unexpected. Now we can Fable our side, and get our Fable removed. I mean, it's not like he has counterspells. He can feel to ruin my land. He didn't remove this Fable token. He's probably going to Sheoldred. Soaring. Wow. That is a wrong play. Yeah, that is definitely the wrong play here. Free pitch. And that is all we're going to do. Yeah, I want all of the other cards. Alright, another land. I should have just pitched the mountain then. But hey, who knows, right? Hindsight's 20/20. So what we're gonna do is go for the throw. This little guy right here. Then we can attack Soren and kill his sword. And we'll duress him. Because now our duress is... invoke! Fun. But we all know what's coming up next. Yup. Our opponent's gonna chain invoke on us, and we have no card draw in any way to stop that. So I guess we're just gonna hope that our Sheoldred gets us there. Most likely not, though, right? Who knows what he's gonna play? We have to go for the throw. Okay. Activate it. Okay. Activate it. Okay. None of that does anything. We will... He's not going to activate any of it? Okay. I don't want to play this land. I might have to pitch it later for a blood token. If I attack, what is he going to do? Nothing. That's what he's going to do. Oh, he's taking no damage. That's brave. Oh, dead draw. I'm happy. Oh look, you pay your mana? Okay. Good for you. Time to conceal my curse. Any more? Oh look, you pay your mana again. Would you look at that? There goes all your creatures. You want to attack too? Oh boy. Maybe Sheoldred will get us there. I don't know. He's at 12. I can't believe he attacked me. Well... shoot. Do I want to spam this? I don't. I'll take 1 life. I'll gain, like, 4 life from the invokes. Wow. And he's at 4. And now, we have Bloodtide Harvester to eat an invoke in case he has an invoke. I can't even play his invoke or he'll die. He's at 2. And now it's time for GG. I think it's lockdown, but I don't want to GG too early. Let's see what he's gonna do. I just really hope it's not rope. Okay, that's GG. Good game. Our opponent played, I wouldn't say he didn't play well. He got flooded, so that's unfortunate. Seems like it happens to people other than me. I thought it was just me. I thought I was the chosen one. Now we're waiting for service. That was a fun game number 2, where our opponent actually tried to play cards. Midrange Rakdos is pretty fun. Unless you face it against counter spells, in most cases you have something to do. There's a good hand to keep. We just need to draw land number 3. But the opponent does go first. That's the only concerning part. Hello. Ah, there's land number 3. Give me something to cut down, so I don't waste my mana. Dang it. I was hoping he gives me something to cut down. Oh well. If he's gonna Bankbuster, maybe I should Bankbuster. Is Bankbuster better than a Bloodtide Harvester? No, not really. I had to think about it for a second there, alright? What the heck is this? Nice cut down. I mean, it's not like I didn't see that coming. It's just that if I played Bankbuster there, wouldn't have been that helpful. Whereas now, I'm the one with the temple play, even though he went first. Draw a card. Yep. It's important to be on the temple play in a mid-range deck. Infernal Grass, okay. He doesn't have lands, but he does have lands now. I don't want, do I need 2 red? Probably don't need 2 red. I also don't want to cut, do I want to cut down? Is there anything I can cut down? I think it's a little better to get more card draw. Get a cut down anyways. Alright, I can duress him to save my Sheoldred from getting murdered. Or I can just put out the Sheoldred anyways. Couldn't hurt. I'll be so far behind if he... yeah, it's true. If he invokes me next turn, I'll be so far behind. So, let's start off with the duress. There's a Soul Transfer, another Bankbuster, and then a Liliana. If I take out his Soul Transfer, he can't exile my creatures, but Liliana can do all the same. If I take out his Bankbuster, he loses his card draw. Yeah, those 3 cards are all good. That's the problem. I gotta make a choice. I'll take out his Bankbuster. That card's too good. And I'll play my own. Evolve Sleeper. Very nice. Okay, so if I kill it right now, he can... Or if I try to kill it right now, he can double grow it, right? So yeah, killing it doesn't help. But if he tries to grow it again, that's when I can kill it. But that means I can't use my blood token right here to pitch the underdog, which is what I actually want to do. I don't know if he's going to grow anything. And give up his play. He might. I guess he might do it. I really hope that's not invoke. So I want to play my Sheoldred here and hold up a cut down. He has 1 mana, so he can't kill. Oh, he can just exile my Sheoldred, right? How good is that? Make him spend 3 mana to exile a Sheoldred, and then he'll have 2 lands left. Doesn't hurt me too much. But then I'll lose my Sheoldred, and it's kind of what's keeping me alive here. So let's play another underdog. Hold up cut down. He can grow his Evolved Sleeper. We gotta get rid of those first. Because that's just walking Sheoldred into removal. There's no dumber ways than to give up your game than to do that. He's 1 mana, he can't use his Bankbuster. He does have a cut down. That's annoying. Opponent has it all. This cut down is for the Bankbuster's little pilot. But it's a good thing he doesn't have a second Bankbuster or he draws so many cards. Also, this cut down could be for discarding to Liliana, if that's what he so chooses. Wow, okay, that's brave. I mean, I'll take the damage, it's not even that much. What if I killed your Bankbuster then? Ah, okay, that's what happened. Opponent's got a lot of good cards. All I have is a Bankbuster. So it's a little scary. Not gonna lie. Another cut down is gonna help me. Jeez. Alright, well, Sokuzen may help, but that's just making 1/1s to chump block. I'm going for 3 damage. It's not like he has life gain, and I'm not gonna block. But that means I miss my card draw this turn. Let me draw a card, in case it's a land. In case it's not a land. But I can remove... I can't even remove anything! This is the worst feeling in the world. Alright, well, at least Graveyard Trespasser can remove a creature on my own side. Goodbye, Bloodtide Harvester. We hardly knew ye. I need the mana. Alright, that was a misplay. So, it was a small misplay, but one nevertheless, where... Hold on, let me first decide whether or not I want to block with the Tenacious Underdog. I do not. He's gonna draw a card? No, he's gonna draw a card that way. That's not right. Draw a card with your Bankbuster. What's with the 3 charge counters? Anyways, so what I was saying is that I should keep 1 Swamp open rather than having the Sokuzen open. I don't have 1 red mana spells. I do have 1 black mana spells. I didn't get any of my invokes, so if my opponent gets invoked, I'm just gonna lose. Oh. You know you can use the Takenuma for other things.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
I mean, I can also do this.
One of your friends has to leave.
Do I want to play this land or hold it up for Liliana discard? I have 2 cut downs. They're not really doing anything. If I play Sheoldred, the Graveyard Trespasser doesn't flip. But if a Graveyard Trespasser flips, it's really just a 4/4, which does not do anything against our opponent. The Tenacious Underdog will just get blocked for no reason, so playing it doesn't do anything. I guess the last thing we can do is just Sheoldred. No attacks. Ah, you got your Sheoldred. I see we're Sheoldred offing. I'm
Drop
gonna
it.
But it's not a good enough card. But what might be good enough is if I Tenacious Underdog, there'll be 3 attackers. He could make 3 blockers. And I don't know if that's good enough. If Sheoldred attacks, Sheoldred can block, right? And that means they trade. That means that the Graveyard Trespasser gets eaten by the Evolved Sleeper, and the... Nah, it's not good enough. Let's hope that I get a good draw from the Blood token. Ironic as it may be. Or do I want to cut down the little guy that he makes? If I just attack here, he could just block with the Evolved Sleeper, and I'll lose my Sheoldred for no reason. Look, I didn't attack. I get a card draw. Alright, I think our opponent's probably gonna win this. Our feeble attempt at a better hand did not result well. Cut that down. They got all their bank busters. That's probably why we're losing, right? We only got the 1. We only have 2 in our deck. Oh, they also have their Graveyard Trespasser. Now, we're screwed. I don't know what else we can do. This card's getting discarded, and then...
Don't overthink things.
I'm not. I just don't think I can win. Go for the throat, huh? Alright, this might be interesting. So, if I full attack here, what would he do? If I go for the throat to Sheoldred first, and then attack, what would he do? Oh, this is a very hard decision to make, because he can just crew his bank busters, and then my go for the throw won't really do anything. Let's go for the solo attack. He can crew, but he'll have to double block. Honestly, I don't think I can come out of this. The Bank Buster is too scary. I don't even know what he's thinking. He has the game in the bag. I'm gonna stop this game because it's wasting everyone's time. Our opponent is roping for whatever reason, even though he can clearly win this. Wow, that was not the block I was expecting. I guess he top deck another Sheoldred. That can always happen. Yeah, this is GG. I'm gonna get out of here. There's just too much card advantage, and we don't have any on our side. So, let's look at the deck, right? I think, you know, overall, it's still a good deck. The last game was very hurtful because they got their Bank Busters. Even though we duress one of them, we didn't get our, not Phyrexian, we didn't get our Invoke Despair. We have one Sheoldred. The Fable didn't really, you know, come out too much. We need all those card draws, and we didn't get it. I can see why the Graveyard Trespasser has been falling out of favor a bit, because that last game didn't do much. Well, she didn't do much. She's a little bit smaller than the Bank Buster. It's a 4/4, she's a 3/3, right? So, unless we can flip it, it's not going to do very well. The Tenacious Underdog, they get us the card draw. All these cards are okay. So, that last game, I don't think there was any way for us to win unless we can draw our Invoke Despairs, and we didn't. So, we weren't going to win that game. All the cut downs, not good against mono black. The cut downs are necessary against mono white or blue-eyed soldiers. So that's why they have to be in a deck, even though they're kind of a dead weight against most other decks. This is what Fables are for, right? We saw a lot of cut down get stranded in our hand. If we had Fables, we could have pitched them for better cards. And that was why we lost that game. So overall, this is a very strong deck. I would suggest you go ahead and play it. So we got, you know, we won 2 out of 3 at 66%. That's a pretty high win rate. But overall, I would say that this deck can beat a 50% win rate, which is all you're looking for in any deck, really. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.